So Tim, I just got set up with my Natural World account on the Picta Dicta platform. Where do I start?
All right, we'll go ahead and just hit play at the top.
Okay.
And this is going to take you to the play dashboard, and these are all of the activities that are laid out for you in this. And you've been set up as a reader too. And so if you hit go, you're going to start on your first exercise here, which is in Chapter 1, Basic Animals. So go ahead, hit go.
Okay.
So there you have some instructions there. Basically, you're going to be introduced to some new information, and then it's going to start quizzing you as you go. So just go ahead and hit thumbs up and get started. All right.
Okay. So it will be teaching me about the word with a little bit of a story. What's going on here? Do we need to read this?
Yeah. So this is actually a fable, a Roman fable, and we try to include stories from history and literature from kind of a Roman perspective. You're not just learning the Latin words; you're also learning the culture. And so here we have a fantastic fable about a wolf and a dog. That's actually kind of a metaphor for the issue of Roman slavery. But anyway, it shows you how the Romans and ancients really thought about dogs, which is very different from the way we think about them today. So when a kid reads through this, they get a different perspective on what a dog is all about. It's not just the happy pet that they're used to. It actually was a working animal. And so by reading through this, they get an idea of that, and they understand that concept from a Roman point of view, which is part of the purpose here. So once you've gone through that and you've gotten that, you can hit it a couple times.
Canis.
And what you should be doing is imitating the sound there. So you should do it.
Canis.
Excellent. All right. And you just move
Orbis.
on. Okay. And we've got some
Another
others.
Story.
Sus.
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 Another story. Very good.
Bos.
Now it's started the quiz. And so at this point, you should look at that and you should try to pronounce it.
Bos.
And that's pretty good. So you should hit it, see how you did.
Bos.
Pretty good. All right. So you go on and you see if you can identify it. Which one is Bos?
Let's see.
Bos.
Good. And say for some reason you got it right, but you kind of wanted to review that, you can hit that little button in the bottom left corner there.
Bos.
And it's going to go back to that teaching screen.
Okay,
and then
so that was the same thing we saw at the beginning.
That's right. And so it allows you at any point while you're in the game to stop, go back, review, and then continue your game. You hit thumbs up and you can go on.
Galina.
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 Much better.
And,
Galina.
Good.
okay. And it's interesting, it doesn't say chicken, it gives the description. Is that on purpose?
Right, yeah, absolutely. So we're trying to get at this in different, from different angles. And sometimes with this chapter, most kids are going to know all of the words
Right.
in English. But sometimes it's more of getting at the idea of it. So when we get to geography and kind of landforms and things like that, there are a lot of English words that they're not familiar with. So they'll
Right.
actually learn it in English and in Latin as well. But anyway, these are little descriptors to just help you understand the picture.
Okay.
And this is one of the great things about learning this way
Nice.
is you're actually learning the pronunciation. And
Right.
so as you're learning, you're hearing it, and that's one of the major pathways for actually learning a language. And if you're just doing stuff on paper, you're not hearing it, you're not going to have that. And here it's repeating it over and over and over again.
You're seeing it, you're hearing it, you're reading the story,
That's right.
context, that's great. Ovis.
Orbis.
Let's see.
Orbis.
Nope.
Nope. So you just kind of go review
Movies.
if you need to.
Right. Okay.
And then you can go back and then continue.
Oh,
Aper.
okay, so we're learning new ones now.
Yep, so it's going to cycle back and forth, teaches you a little bit of information, then it's going to quiz it, and then it's going to teach you a little bit more,
Aper.
and then quiz it. So say you get tired and you've got better
Caribous.
things, you've got to do something else, go ahead and hit the exit button at the top,
Okay.
and then you can save and exit,
Save your progress. Great.
right? And so there's no need to actually finish a session, and you can just stop where you are, anywhere, and then you either hit go or hit that play button, and you'll jump right back in right where you left off.
See.
So go ahead and do that.
So the
Yep.
intro screen.
Caribous.
It's going to jump
That's
back.
where we were. Very good.
Yep.
Caribous.
Lupus.
Lupus. Cervus.
Cervus. Cervus.
Good.
Very colorful pictures.
Yeah, they're really nice. I mean, one of the things that we were going for,
Aper.
sorry, is we were trying to get this painted look because the kids have seen a lot of photographs and they've seen a lot of cartoons, but we found that they really like looking at a painted thing, and the kind of the beauty of it and the aesthetics really help people remember. They remember that there was an attractive picture that they're looking at. Yeah, you could do a cartoon,
Always.
but it's
Always.
just kind of ugly.
Right.
Orbis.
Got that one wrong earlier.
Yeah, you're improving. That's great.
Taurus.
So now we're learning a few more.
Haidus.
Yep, and you can see we're right here
Gallus.
ending our game.
Gallus.
And if you were really doing this, on your own here, you'd want to take some time and read those articles. I know you're not reading them that fast.
Right. Yeah. Feles.
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 Feles. This is fantastic how it self-corrects your
Feles.
pronunciation.
Right.
And
yeah,
so
right away.
rather than just getting it wrong and reinforcing it, you constantly get to hear that.
Haidus.
Haidus. So,
Haidus.
almost done.
Agnus.
That was.
There you go.
Agnus.
There we go.
Taurus.
Taurus.
And then,
Taurus.
there you go. That's it.
4 stars.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah,
So
it's excellent.
What if I want to? So the 5 is the perfect score, correct?
That's right.
So what if I'm not happy with 4 stars?
Well, you probably need to deal with your perfectionism problem. But if you didn't, you can just hit the replay button and you get a chance to do the game over again. Or you can hit go and just move on.
Okay.
And so once you've actually done, and as you go on, there are different games. That was about learning and then choosing. But later we're going to be quizzed on the article. We're going to do English spelling, Latin spelling, mixing it up in several different ways.
Looks like review as well. Oh, so here I can actually look forward at the chapters.
That's
coming.
right. So,
Fruits, berries, nuts, anatomy.
that's right. And this is the entire course. And a better way to look at that is hit the train button.
Okay.
Okay, so you can hit go, which makes it simple. But if you want to choose a chapter, they have to be unlocked first. But if you want to choose a chapter, you can just choose one of these, and then say, since we've already started that chapter, we could choose this. And we have some different options. We can do some recognition things, some picture-based things, some composition, and some spelling, and then kind of a dictionary sort of exercise. So anyway, there are all sorts of different angles you can hit it at, and all of them involve games and being scored like that.
Okay. So if a child is doing this,
Mm-hmm.
this is set at a higher level. I understand there's different
Right.
campaigns and levels, but how does mom know if they're doing it, how well they're doing it? How does that work?
So a kid is going to log in with their own username and password that the parent sets. So the parent will give them a name to log in with and a password, and if they forget it or something, the parent can always actually change it.
Okay.
And so once they log in with that parent-given access, then they can go and they will go immediately to this screen here, and they'll be set up on whatever their parent has set them to do.
Okay.
So all they have to do is hit go. And then they can start and do just what you just did. But the parent, meanwhile, for the parent account, if they're in their account, they can hit this Learners tab, and there aren't going to be a lot of learners here, so you're only going to see one. But it's going to show you the last completed campaign game, so it shows you how many assignments they've done. It'll show you how much time they've spent, and you can actually set it to kind of see the day or the week or the month. And this is a fantastic way to just kind of quickly glance. And if you've got a bunch of kids, they're all going to show up here.
Right.
And so you can just look at that and say, oh, well, I asked you guys to do 5 minutes of review on your Latin. Looks like you only did 2 minutes. So maybe you need to do some more. And you get a chance to look at their performance. And you can just see kind of percentage that they get right as they're going through. So it's like a really neat way for you just to keep tabs in
So
about 10 seconds.
This guy got 94%. Not too bad.
No, it's okay. I mean, French. I would have thought it would be a little better, but all right.
Well, very good. Well, my kids are, 3 of my kids are using it, and they tend to score better than I do. So.
Well, that's kind of the way it goes.
Well, thank you so much.
Sure.